Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. This is Elizabeth Griffin, your indie author from South Philadelphia, and today I'm going to sit and make the video. Usually I walk around Center City or I walk around Old City and record, but today I am feeling relaxed and comfortable, and I just want to have a little chat with you. So today I want to talk about writing male characters, and I've written them in the past, and you can tell from some of my other novels, such as The Notorious Bachelor, which is written from a male perspective, and also The Temporary Mistress. However, in talking to men lately and in looking at a lot of YouTubers that are male and listening to their perspective on life, on relationships, on sex, on wealth, on what it is to be happy, I realized that even though I've written books from a male perspective in the past, I find that in listening to these conversations and in going to these places where men congregate and talk openly, I'm learning a lot that I just had no idea about. And even having conversations with male co-workers can enlighten you as to the male psyche and how they think and how they view things. An example would be, suppose you had a problem and you were discussing it with your male friend or companion. Whereas you may just want him to listen to you talk about your problem or whatever's going on in your life. It seems like men tend to want to give you the answer or give you a solution. So if you come to them with a problem, they're prepared to give you a solution. They're not prepared to just listen to you talk endlessly about a problem that you're having. They seem to want to resolve the situation and move on. Another thing I've learned from listening and talking to men is that they value their privacy or they value their alone time. It doesn't mean that they don't care about their relationship or their intimacy with a particular woman that they may be involved with. However, they need male time. They need time to build things or to go fishing or to do sports, or they need their downtime, which won't include you. But it's not a reflection of any negativity on your part. That's just how they're built. And also, I know women are logical and thoughtful and methodic, but it seems I've noticed with men, they seem to like to plan out things. They seem to like to analyze the whole situation. And I'll give you an example. I was listening to one YouTuber who was talking about women and saying how women talk about they want to level up and they talk about they want a high earner. But none of them, and he's talking about, I'm not saying all women, but none of the women that he's questioned seem to know how much money a man needs to make in order to live that type of lifestyle with them. So if they wanted to live, let's say, upper middle class, and they, let's say, wanted to have 2 children or 3 children, and they want to stay home, how much money would it take to do that? And then he also said, where would you look for this particular type of man? And he gave locations. He gave like 10 locations where black people are concentrated. And I'll give the name, it's Kevin Samuels. He also mentioned the figure amount. He was saying to live in certain areas, to support a family such as the one I just discussed, you would need to earn about maybe $300,000 a year in order to, as he would always put it, go away on vacations outside of the country, let's say to Spain or Italy, not so much going to like Disneyland, but sending your kids to school abroad and owning 2 cars, one for the wife. So he gave a numerical value to this. He also gave a strategy of how to obtain this. And so I find it interesting that when you listen to men, they seem to have plans, and I'm not going to say all men, but certain men seem to have planned out things. They seem to think about things. They seem to see the world differently. And even if you want to talk about sex, and it's funny, at my age, you think I would know this by heart, but some men can definitely separate sex from feelings and relationships. So they could want to sleep with you, but that doesn't mean they want to build a future with you. It doesn't mean they want to have a long-term relationship with you. And in addition to that, it doesn't mean that they value you beyond your body. That could just be it, a one-night stand, a 1-week stand, a 1-month stand. And also men seem to like the chase. And like I said, I'm using generalities here, but in a lot of cases they like to chase, and once they've chased and conquered, then they're ready to move on. So he, not so much Kevin Samuels, but I've heard other people talk about you want to grow the emotional side of the relationship first. So these are some things that I've observed through talking to men and listening to men and just hearing conversations. And a lot of time, even in the Black community, we talk about, it seems like we have a matriarchal society within a society. So it means like a lot of the Black households seem to be run by single mothers or women. However, I talk to Black men and they're like, we don't like that. You know, we want to be the head of the household, but it seems like we have to always struggle with the woman to take our rightful place. And so you'll hear discussions about like who heads the household. What is it to be a man? Are you a beta man or an alpha man? These are different conversations that you can be privy to if you go to different like websites or YouTube stations, or talk to the men in your life and see what their position is and what they think. So I don't want to ramble on with this video. I just want to say, observe the men in your life. Observe the men, whether on television, whether in scripts, whether in sitcoms or dramas, or in person. Listen to how they talk. Listen to the words they use. Listen to how they express themselves, and then watch their mannerisms, because you're trying to mimic this on paper. You can't get it completely right, but you can observe certain things and internalize that, and then put yourself in the mindset of a man. So I hope this has been helpful, and as always, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and love, peace, joy, happiness. Bye bye.